Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, my name is Ricky Trong, and I'm with CAPTRUST Financial Advisors. I would like to welcome you to this informational session about the participant experience. For those of you that are not familiar with CAPTRUST, we are the independent financial advisory firm that works on your retirement plan, and we're also an added benefit you have for you to access CAPTRUST through our financial wellness and advice services. Now, CAPTRUST advises you on your retirement plan fund menu and acts in your best interest as a fiduciary. CAPTRUST has been providing investment advice to people in retirement plans for more than 30 years and provides you with access to individual investment advice for your retirement savings. As we will discuss, CAPTRUST is available to you at your convenience. And then just as a note, some of you are aware, we do have assigned dates for upcoming virtual 101 days with time slots still available. So this is where you can speak to an advisor that can help you attain your goals. Those dates are going to be on February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So to secure your spot, please respond to the email that was sent to you from your HR department. And if you never received that email, Sarah, if you can just do me a favor and drop that link in our chat today so that everyone has the opportunity to make an appointment. So I would appreciate that. Thank you. And so there's 3 entities that really work on your plan-sponsored retirement plan. You have your employer, which is the plan sponsor, and that's Michigan Catholic Conference, and they provide your retirement plan for you. They continually work to improve and enhance your retirement benefits, complying with rules and regulations set forth by the governing agencies. They have hired 2 vendors to work on your plan, and that's Prudential and CAPTRUST. So Prudential is what we call your record keeper, and they're going to maintain your account information. So you can go there to their website or give them a call, and you can check your balance, see how much money has grown in your account, see how much you're contributing to your account, and remember, they will provide you statements, usually on a quarterly basis. And then you have us here at CAPTRUST, and we provide investment advice on 2 different levels. So we work with Michigan Catholic Conference, advising on the overall plan, but we also work with you as the participant. And we help you with individual investment advice that's unbiased, and we help with investment options offered within your plan. So you have a team of people that are really working on your retirement plan to make sure that you have a successful retirement later on. And with CAPTRUST, throughout the year, you're going to receive various communications from us, such as reminders about our services, invites to our quarterly webinars that we put on, and a quarterly newsletter. So if any of this interests you, just so you know, our next webinar that's coming out is February 15th at 1 p.m. and it's called Saving for Major Purchases. So it's an informative episode that's going to help you prepare for a big purchase, like buying a house or maybe going on that dream vacation. And there's going to be a panel discussion examining and suggesting strategies for different milestones throughout your life. So if you're interested in attending that webinar, you can register at captrustadvice.com. There's a drop down under resources and you click articles. And there's just, you can get reminder emails about coming to the webinars. And if you can't make that webinar, it will be recorded. So you'll definitely get a copy of it. And you can also see our past webinars that have happened as well. And then just, from time to time, there could be other communications sent to you from CAPTRUST around big market events. Those market events that can really affect you as an investor, such as in the past, it was how COVID affected the markets. And then more recently, the Russian-Ukraine invasion and how that affected everything. So those are just some things that we'll send to you over time just to keep you in the loop. Now, let me tell you about the Advice Desk website. So that's CAPTRUSTadvice.com, as I had just mentioned. And this is where you can also go to schedule an appointment to speak with our advice desk. So you can see the upcoming webinars there too, and utilize our retirement savings calculators for, to help you determine if you're on track for your retirement goals. This is kind of like a do-it-yourself thing if you want to use the calculators, but of course, our retirement counselors are here to help you through your entire journey. Now, some of the tools that you can find on there for the calculators is like, maybe you're saving for college for yourself or a dependent. Those types of things will help you map out how much you're going to need for a payment towards school. Maybe you're thinking of moving funds from a previous IRA or 401k or 403b that you had with a previous employer. This will help you understand the cost of rolling those funds over versus how much it would cost you to withdraw the funds entirely. So these calculators are really just here to help you and guide you on your way to retirement savings for the long term. We also have other calculators that talk about like insurance, or if you need a disability insurance calculator, and it tells you how much you'll need for everyone's certain specific situations. Now, if you want to talk about scheduling an appointment with our advice desk, what you're going to want to do is click the yellow tab. And once you click that yellow tab, it's going to open a calendar for you. And you can schedule an appointment that's convenient for you. You'll be able to see appointment dates and times that are open. And these slots are usually 30 minutes per appointment, but you can request more. If you feel like you need an hour, you can do a back-to-back slot. Our longer sessions can usually be geared toward if you have many questions about not just retirement savings, but maybe you have questions about debt consolidation or anything really that's going to help you with your financial stability in the long run. And you can have as many appointments as you really need. There's no limit. And again, we're part of your benefits package, so it's not an extra cost to you. Any appointments you'd like to take are completely unbiased appointments. First off, we talk about whatever you need, and it's no cost. So some of the things that we're going to need from you to create the appointment is going to be your name, your email address, and a phone number, and also your company name. So we're going to need your email address because we're going to send you a confirmation. And that's going to be once you create the appointment and then 24 hours prior to your appointment as a reminder. And then if you wish, you can choose a text message option where we'll send you reminders that way as well. We're going to need your phone number because we're going to call you. We want to know your company name so that we have a little bit of a basis of where you're calling from. And we also want to know who you're affiliated with so that we can guide the conversation accordingly. There is going to be an optional field for you where you can give us a little bit of detail about the type of appointment that you want to have, and so that we can make sure that we stay on track. So, some things that you can put into that question box are maybe it's questions about budgeting or starting an emergency fund. Maybe you just want to deal with debt management. These are all things that we can help you with during these appointments. And then it just kind of gives the person that's going to call you a little bit of context for the conversation. But again, it's completely optional. You do not need to enter anything. Some people don't even know what they really want to do or how to get started. So we understand. Now, now that you've made that appointment, you may be wondering, what is the conversation really going to look like? So every individual's retirement planning goals are going to be unique to you. And we approach our investment advice accordingly. You're going to guide the conversation. We're not scripted. So the discussion is going to be around the questions that you have regarding your various financial goals and how to determine how to achieve those goals. We're here to help you with that. So maybe you're just starting out early in your career and you have questions about, just getting into the plan. Maybe you want investment recommendations or talk about emergency savings. If you're in the midsection of your career, your questions are going to be a little bit different, right? So, maybe you want to know about how to save for a wedding that you're planning. Or maybe you're about to have children and you just want to know the different types of plans and options that we have to start saving for your children at a young age. Maybe you just want to measure your progress to make sure you're on track at this point. Everything's going to be different depending on where you're at in your career. So maybe you're late in your career, you're getting closer to retirement, and what you're going to ask is going to be a little bit different, and we know that. So maybe you're wondering about your equity exposure, or when will be best for you to take your Social Security benefits, and strategies for creating income in retirement. All of these things are going to be important to different people depending on where they're at in their specific situation. So during your appointment, we're going to discuss your needs, where you're at in your career or your personal life, and what you want to accomplish and how we can help you attain those goals. We'll begin by gathering pertinent data, such as your age, your goals, spousal or partner information. And just so you know, by the way, we welcome spouses and partners to these appointments because, you're working together as a partnership. So you need to make sure all your funds are aligned, right? So you also want to make sure, maybe you're in a specific financial situation and you just want to have questions about dealing with it. Once we do that and, help you with that information, we're going to provide specific investment advice for your specific situation based upon your investor profile and risk tolerance. What's great is that we have screen sharing capabilities so that you can see the information that we'll be inputting into a tool, of which I'll speak about in just a moment. And just as a reminder, all of these calls will be recorded. Now, this tool is used to navigate the conversation, and it's called the Retirement Blueprint. It's an individualized planning report, and it's designed to assist us in helping you develop a plan for achieving your retirement goals. A CAPTRUST retirement counselor will guide you through the decision-making process and provide you with individual investment advice and advice on how to, how much you're going to need to save, how to invest, your information appropriately for your age, and also how to integrate it along your spouse or your partner's accounts, as well as your other investments that you may have. So once we've completed your session, we want to help you execute on the advice that we've provided. So we'll help conduct a conference call with you, with your provider, or we'll do what's called a reverse screen share and help you navigate through your record keeper's websites. This session is going to generate about a 13 to 14 page analysis that will serve as a foundation for your financial goals. The blueprint contains the information that you've provided, the investment advice offered, and projections for your future retirement needs. It's going to be delivered to you via our Octa secured system, and we'll give you instructions on how to access that document in the email when you receive it. And in addition, we will proactively reach out to you within a year following the appointment to see if there's been any life changes or large events that could impact your financial goals. But just remember, you can update your blueprint as often as you wish by calling the CAPTRUST Advice Desk. And then after we've completed a session, it's important to us to know about your experience. So you're going to want to fill out the short survey, and we hope you do, so that we can see how we're doing. By the way, we read every result that comes through for every survey. And we also share the results with your employer to make sure that we're, providing the advice and everything that you're in need of. So we're here for you on all levels. Now, if you do have questions, please, you want to visit the CAPTRUST Advice Desk at captrustadvice.com, and you can schedule your appointments Monday through Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And that's for scheduled appointments through our website. If you want to call us directly, you can call us at 800-967-9948. And we're available Monday through Thursday to speak directly to from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, just as a reminder, we spoke about in the beginning of the call, there are going to be appointment slots for you to do virtual one-on-one days that we have scheduled specifically for your 403B. And those meetings, again, are February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And we do have appointment slots still available. I had asked Sarah to put in the link earlier to our chat. So you should be able to click on that and set a time that works for you. And if for any reason those appointments do fill up, again, our CAPTRUST Advice Desk is here to support you in any way. You can make an appointment that better suits your date and time on our website as well. And I just want to remind everyone that, we're here at CAPTRUST to offer you unbiased, customized, independent advice. And we have nothing to sell you, only a service to offer you. We want to help you become more confident about your financial future and answer any questions that you might have. We're positioned as part of your benefits package to do so. Now at this time, I'd love to open up to Sarah to see if there was any questions that came through the presentation today.
Thank you so much, Ricky. We did have a few questions that came through to the chat. One of them says, what is the difference between those meetings you just talked about versus a generic appointment I can make through the website?
There's not a huge difference. It's still going to be with our retirement counselor, and they are just going to be specified for your plan at this time. So those dates are just matching up with what our teams have decided on for us to have designated days for you. You'll still get the same exact advice, whether you call into the desk or make a virtual appointment. Thank you for asking that. I really appreciate that.
Okay, awesome. And then again, with those appointments, are they by phone or is it a video conference? Can you just clarify that for everybody?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so virtual. So it will be a phone call, but if you wish to do like a Teams chat, we are more than happy to jump on the Teams to invite you to that. There's just no way to set it up initially that way. So we will call you and then we can set up a Teams chat from there with our advisors.
Awesome. And then another question was, are our dependents able to make these appointments also? If we have dependents, can they come to the appointments with us?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you want to have a dependent, maybe they're more in tune to your financial needs and maybe you don't know the questions to ask, they are more than welcome to join you on your appointment because we want to make sure that you have all the answers that you need. So yes, please bring your dependent, your spouse, your partner, whomever handles your financial situation with you so that you can be guided together in the right direction. Thank you.
And what would the advisor need from us when we have an appointment? So like what kind of things should we have with us when we go to those appointments?
That's a great question. So you want to bring, first off, your login information for any of the, the different websites that you're going to be using. So for your Prudential website, or maybe you need, for your banking websites. And then you're going to want to have your statements available. So any kind of statements that, show maybe your bank accounts, or maybe, you have something about debt consolidation or a credit card, anything that's going to help you with your questions that you have, make sure to bring that along. You can overbring, but you can't, I wouldn't underbring. So if that makes sense, just make sure you have everything that's connected with you and all of your financial needs, so that we can, consolidate it into one appointment or two, whatever you need. Thank you.
Excuse me, I do want to add one thing. I just want to make sure that we're clear that the record keeper is no longer Prudential. The record keeper is Empower, and we apologize for that. The record keeper is Empower, and you would go onto the Empower website. The other thing that I do want to add is that when you schedule your appointment, you will receive a confirmation. And that confirmation is going to detail everything that you need to bring. So after you make your first appointment, you'll get a confirmation. And when you receive that confirmation, it'll list everything out. And you can decide how you want to get that confirmation, if you want to get that confirmation by email, or if you would like to get that confirmation by text message. 24 hours before your appointment, you will receive a second confirmation, and you will also be reminded of those items that you need to bring. None of your information is going to be shared with anyone. These calls are confidential. The only thing that your employer is going to want to know, as Ricky noted earlier, is metrics. They want to know how many people are utilizing the service, how many people are calling in. So that's the information that we will provide, but we will not provide any of your personal information with your employer or with any third parties. We don't nest your information. So when you're getting that blueprint, we release that to you. We house that on our system, but your indicative data, that information will not be housed.
Thank you.
Thank you
We
so
do
much
have
for adding that.
we have just one more question. When they schedule the one-on-one virtual appointment, would I be able to speak with the same advisor each time in order to establish a relationship?
That is a wonderful question. And we cannot guarantee that you'll speak to the same advisor every time, but we do take extensive notes that stays in our secured system for each person that does having a new appointment set up with a different advisor, so that they knew what you spoke about prior to the new call. But you can always put in a request for the advisor in that comment box I had mentioned earlier, and we can try and accommodate that request, but we just can't, make any promises. But thank you for that question.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry for jumping right in here. There are a couple of things that are coming in through the chat. Thank you so much for all of the questions that are coming in. But I do want to add that information about CAPTRUST and the links to make an appointment, to go to captrustadvice.com, all of that is listed on your website under financial well-being, and that's in the benefits section. So if you want to go to the link from there, you definitely can. And it is it's mycatholic.org, and that's MICATHOLIC.org. Just wanted to add that information in there as well. Sarah.
I just wanted to thank Ricky for joining us today and presenting all that invaluable information. You might not have questions right now. It was a lot of information to absorb. Sometimes it takes me a little while to process after I've listened to a presentation. And once I've had time to think about it, some questions come to mind. Well, if that happens to you too, please do not hesitate to reach out to our advice desk. If you have a one-off question, you can reach them at 800-967-9948 from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, and 8:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. As always, you can make those appointments on our website. Also, make sure if you're interested in signing up for that virtual one-on-one, The link is in the chat, so go ahead and do that for later in February as well. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. This concludes our webinar. Stay safe and have a great day.